tell me about the first time you fall in love, and how do you feel? How do you know you were in love? And how do you feel about it?
Cool. Just want to say, I like talking about relationships and stuff is like the last thing I normally ever do.
No, why is that?
I'm just such like an image, not image person, but I'm such like a chill, like I keep everything surface level unless you know me.
Yeah, no.
So, alright, so the first time I fell in what I would like to say felt like was love was when I was 15.
15. Well, that's quite young still.
I basically, there was a girl that was in my art class that I was really good friends with. We had like a really good understanding. She's really loud. I'm not as loud, but I'm like really social in it.
Yeah.
And she ended up coming up to me one day and just being like, I like you.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I'm sorry. And she was like, I like you. Like, I think you're different. I think you're cool. I think you're really like interesting. Like, I like you. Not I like you. I like you. And I knew that from that moment, I felt something. I probably felt like I felt something stronger than what she did, because that's never happened to me before.
So that you say like this is like the first time like a girl actually approached you like that then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I felt some like
butterflies and that.
And every single time for like the next year and a half, because we ended up going out, like that we would interact, I felt that same butterflies. Yeah. And it, like I said, the reason why I wouldn't say that it was definitely love is because I might later in life feel something and be like, no, this is what love feels like. But that was the closest to what love is.
So what you guys feel like, or communication to you, just...
We're really good friends, and I feel like we'll love each other forever, even as friends.
No, well, like we should think one day that might not come back and then be like the wife or something.
Honestly, you never know. Like, life will always surprise you. Do you know what I mean? You don't know what will happen in 10 minutes from now.
That's true.
She might end up being my wife. I might never get married, but still be like really good friends with her, whatever. Like, whatever happens, like. But I think we've got like a connection that will never go now.
Yeah. No, at least that's good, you know. That's good that you can still like, you know, go through that and then still keep a connection between you two. That's really good.
Yeah, like it went to shits at one point, like, but as kids you grow up. Because obviously, like I said, we were 15.
Yeah, no.
And I think
then again, what do you actually know about that age? You're saying like this is the problem. Like, what do you actually know at that age?
It's true.
So we might think like sometimes like, okay, when we that age, we know this, we know that. Then we get to a certain age where reality just hit you. Then you realize that some things are different. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So.
What about you?
Me.
Go on then.
Nice.
Go on then. How many?
How many? No, it's not even about. Look at this guy. How many?
How many?
It's not even about many. Like, you know, I'll say like first time. I would say I was like 15 as well.
Okay.
15 as well, and I was like, there was a girl that I met at that age who I had like a really good connection with. We used to talk, we used to jam and that, and then like, just somehow it happened. Like one day she just came up to me and said that she liked me, and
so it was her saying to you as well that she liked you.
She actually started from her. I don't know, like girls that. I would say like girls these days are moving straightforward. I'll say so. Yeah, so she said it to me. I said it back, and then like from there, just things just start flowing, and then it's like you said, like every time we see each other, it's a different feeling. I'm saying like it was like for the first time in my life, I see a girl, and I'm there sweating, my palms are sweating and everything, like, and I'm just feeling like, you know, when you're just feeling like under pressure sometimes, and that's how I felt. So yeah, but you know, but then I just came to realize I was just. Puppy love, you know, like then when you're young, and then you see someone, you think to yourself, like, yeah, that's gonna be my wife. We're gonna grow up together. Boy, like.
And that's the funniest thing, like, you know that it's probably more than just a like, because you start seeing stuff like, this is probably who I'm gonna be with forever. Do you know what I mean? And like, did you notice that like your interactions changed?
Yeah, everything literally changes. Like, it's like it's something different where like. There was girls there that'll talk to you, you know what I'm saying? There was girls that'll talk to you and then talk about other things. But then this girl, I literally talk deep about my life, you know what I'm saying? Deep about like, okay, cool. Me growing up and then parents and things like that, you know what I'm saying? So we'll literally sit down and open this, and then to think about at that age, having deep conversations like that, it would never happen. Because even when I'm with the boys and the man, them, and I just literally like, okay, banter, oh yeah, that girl's nice, this girl's nice, this girl's that. But then for the first time, there was someone there that could like literally open up to you and tell that person about who I really am and who's really me, like who's that person that you see outside, like I was saying.
Especially like referring to the fact that you were like you would be talking with the man them and stuff. This is a woman, this is a girl. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like you're having that connection with a girl, talking about stuff that you won't even talk to your boys.
That's
about.
it. Yeah. That's the weird thing about it, because like I think not at this age, I can actually open up to my boys about something. Yeah. But back then, I'll just find it surprising.
Competition at 15.
Yeah, because you find it surprising. Like the fact is, when you're with the boys, all you want to do is like talk about football, talk about girls as well. Like no, 15, we talk about girls. You talk about everything. You know what I'm saying, but talk about music. But then with a girl, like I'm literally there talking about me, talking about her, talking about future. Then we was even planning things together. And think about the age of 15, you're planning something together with someone. That means something. So,
we didn't plan nothing. We
didn't plan nothing.
Not even same college.
We actually
So where are you going? I'm going to Le Swap. You're going to like, do you know what I mean? Like we didn't even plan.
We actually planned. We actually spoke marriage, and I'm thinking like, rah, I must have been mad to be talking about that age. You know what I'm saying? So so this what happened.
All right. Can you tell me about the last time you cried and what it was about?
It's not really. Okay, cool. This is what happened. Last time I cried, I was actually 22. But last time I cried, yeah.
Okay, and you're how old now?
I'm gonna be 25. So.
Okay.
So so I think it's like this is a bit personal, but it just happened that I was working at this jewelers, I was security there, and then there was an armed robbery there. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like I remember these guys coming in, just normal day, like you're there, you're chilling, you're just watching the day goes by, and then a guy comes to the door, and the guy looks a bit suspicious, but these days it's like anyone's suspicious when you work in that kind of environment. You know what I'm saying? Like anyone that comes to you is suspicious, even a little child is suspicious. So so this guy comes, long story cut short, the guy comes, barging me into my shoulder. Before I could close the door, a second man runs in. Then at this point, I got two guys there, and then one guy just pulled a gun on me. And then literally, I remember going down on the floor, let the man take whatever he took, and then throughout the time he was there, just kept having the gun on my head and everything. And then so they took everything. It's like what it was 3 minutes, it seemed like a whole lifetime.
A lifetime.
And then that time I was just like having flashbacks of life and everything, thinking to myself like, rah, is this song gonna end? Like 22, like no degree, not even a good job, no wife, no kids. You know what I'm saying? And then for me to be alive at that moment, I just had to thank God in that. But then at the same time, it's just tears of emotion and anger at the same time. Because at the same time I thought to myself like there's more I could have done. But then at the same time I'm thinking like, then what can you do when you got a gun in your head? You know what I'm saying? So literally that just made me start having I was crying of like anger and emotion at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Couldn't, so just couldn't control myself at that moment.
Wow.
Yeah. So what would you say? What was your time?
Okay, last time I cried. In March, I had I don't know if it was a nervous breakdown, but I had a breakdown at work.
Okay.
So I used to work in fashion retail, like luxury retail.
Yeah.
I say luxury. And my kind of personality, obviously, if you don't know me, I'm I'm quite bubbly. I'm an open person, but more than anything, I'm extremely honest.
Okay.
But not because I think honesty is important necessarily. It's because I feel like I just don't have the energy or the time to lie. Because then you have to keep up with it. It's not worth it. So I'm just extremely honest, regardless. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
I like your hat. It's nice.
Thank you.
So over the years of working there, I've had great relationships at work. I've had bad relationships at work, but we always power through, and it turns into whatever. In January, I landed a really big opportunity working with Elle magazine, and I was doing shadow creative direction. So it was a huge thing. I was literally editing. I was creative directing the June issue. No young person can say they've done that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I went and told my manager in January, look, I'm going to be busy. I'm going to have loads of stuff to do, so I won't be able to like give my full self to this. It was a part-time job. And then also I was doing my final year at uni. So I told her everything. She was like, oh my God, I'm so excited for you. I'm going to tell everyone. I was like, no, it has to be completely secret. No one can know because it's like I had to sign a confidentiality thing. She was like, all right, cool, I'll keep it secret. So over those months, I was coming in, I wasn't giving much at work. Like I wouldn't help out with anyone else. I'd do my sales, I'd go on my lunch, I'd go to toilet when I need to, and I'd go home. Like, because when I was at work, that was my days off from the project and from uni. Exactly. So things just started to fall apart. People were arguing with me. They'd complain about me. Daniel's disappeared when I'm just going to toilet and stuff like that. Like things that sound super petty, but imagine every day, everyone you're working with is complaining about you for every little thing you do.
Yeah.
And also, they kept saying like, why are you being so aggressive? Why are you being so? And I'm like, I'm not aggressive. Like, so they'll be like, Daniel, where have you been? Why? Don't ask me questions. Don't ask me questions. That's how I'd be. And they'd be like, you're being so aggressive. Like, and I'm like, no, you're calling me aggressive because I'm a big black guy. If Anna did it or if Sophie did it, you'd be like,
it's like I said to you earlier, like people don't really realize what you're going through. So you had that, the pressure of building something, and then like I think it's like at that time you was focusing into something.
100%. I was focusing on something more than I've ever focused before, and I think that's what I was trying to come to terms with. Maybe I didn't do it right, but I was trying my best.
Yeah.
So my manager, after like all these little occasions of her saying like fix up, and I'm like, I'm doing my best. She pulled me aside one day and said, I've given up on you. I'm tired. Like, I don't want to hear people mention your name anymore. Like, I'm over it. Like, you're a mess. You come into work, you don't do anything. You might as well leave. And I think I had just heard it so much. And I just, like, as I said, I'm a big black guy. Like, I've got volume.
Yeah.
If I'm responding back to this woman, she's going to be like, do you know what I mean? But she was actually the type to argue back, which is worse because then she'll be riling me up. So like, I literally was just like, I've had enough. I was like, I've had enough. And she's like, look at you. So like, we had like this big like metal cage and I was leaning on the cage. She went, you're slamming on the cage. You're doing this, you're doing that. And I was like, I'm standing right in front of you. I haven't done any of what you're saying. She's like, you're shouting at me. So she was trying to get a reaction out of me.
Yeah.
And because I know that if I argue back, I'm getting called into an investigation. If I act out, I'm losing my job. If I slam something like she's saying, I'll probably lose my job. If I walk out, I'm getting into whatever happens. So I felt stuck.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere, I just started to. I cried like I had never cried before in my life. Like my eyes were literally so red, like red.
What was that? Was she like there to see your reaction? Like
she was standing right in front of me. It was just me and her in like a little office, like back of house, and I'm just bawling. And she's like, look, like, why has it gotten to a point where you're reacting like this? And I was like, you don't fucking listen to me. You never fucking listen. And that's the problem. Like, you keep telling me that I'm not delivering here, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that. You know that this is not my main priority. I let you know, even though it's detrimental to my reputation here, I let you know for the next couple months, this is not my priority.
Yeah.
But I will try my best. And you still lay into me every week to the point where you're now telling me you've given up on me. And then you're asking me why am I reacting like this?
So what would you say, like, was the thing that proper led for you to cry? Was it the fact that she said that you were disappointment, that she gave up on you, or what?
I didn't care how she felt. Yeah. I think it was more the fact that I have this thing where I need to be listened to.
Yeah.
I'm the youngest of 4. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like I like equality, fairness, and like reasoning. Like, and I need everyone to listen. I listen to other people. I need you to listen to me. Yeah, and she had never listened to me. And she was like, you've never told me this before and stuff like that. And I'm just like, you're lying. You know you're lying. I'm like, you know you're lying. Like, you're lying to me. I'm in pieces. Like, and also I think it was the fact that I felt completely stuck. As I said, obviously, I couldn't do anything. I couldn't defend myself. So I had no choice but to break down. Like, and I literally was just crying for about half an hour.
Would you say like that was?
Who did you look up to as examples of being a man growing up? It's interesting.
I'll say literally my granddad, both my dad's side and my mom's side. Yeah, saying my mom's side because it's like it's this. They're both like family oriented, man. my mom's side, my granddad from my mom's side is like he was a pastor as well, and he's like a man that he took me. My mom had me really young, and both of them they took me and my mom like wow, like they especially like my granddad from my mom's side. I talk about more the mom's side because growing up having a young mom, I kind of like grew up to see my mom more like as an older sister than my own mom. It wasn't until like late in the year that I started realizing, oh, you are my mom. I say, because this is the thing, like that man just made me feel like, it made me feel home. I say, like for me, it's like when we used to go places, I was like the last born. And then he just provided, made sure that we always had everything we wanted. I say, not really what we wanted, but everything we needed. And then it's like, it's just the thing what he did for, not just for my mom, but even like people outside, like people within the church. Because there was a time where I went to this wedding in Germany, my auntie's wedding, and that's my dad's side of the family. When a lady called me and then she started asking me questions about, is your granddad so and so? Is your mom so and so? And I'm like, yeah. Oh, your granddad, such a good man. And I'm thinking to myself, I don't know this lady from anywhere.
Yeah.
She just saw my looks and then she's like, okay, because everyone says me and my mom look alike. Yeah. So through my look, she was able to recognize the family. And she was there telling me all these things that my granddad did. I didn't even know about it. And that's why I look up to him. And then my granddad from my dad's side as well is the fact that he was a man that was a fighter and a provider. You're saying like he was just like they were the two men that just did everything they could to make sure that the family fed the family all right. And then my granddad from my dad's side, for example, is just like I just call him my hero. You're saying like it's just someone that there's so many things I can say about him. If I was to start, we'd stay here the whole day. You're saying. And what would you say?
As in like who was mine?
Yeah.
Do you know what? I didn't actually have like a male person that was like a
role model to you?
Nah.
Really?
Nah.
Oh, that's something new. Everyone always has someone.
I feel like everyone's always got like a guy and a girl, but like no, I didn't. Like it's not necessarily that I brought myself up or that I was dragged up or anything like that. Like I think more than anything, I was just I think I'm a really understanding person in it. I understand situations. I knew from very young that my parents weren't together. I knew from very young that my parents were separated and were not friendly. Like the first time I saw my mum and my dad in the same room is after I had surgery when I was 9 or 8 years old. Do you know what I mean? And I was like, rah, like my dad's there, my mum's there, that's so weird. But like with my dad, we didn't actually become like friends or start a friendship until I was 20. I'm 24 now, and that was by our choice, kind of. Like we were cool. Like before that, your dad is your bank account, and you're like, "How's it going?" Do you know what I mean? We're going to an event. Let's go.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
But I didn't look up to him. That's not his fault. That's not my fault. I'd say like my main like example of my description of what a man is, or just what a figure is to look up to, was my mum.
Can you tell me about your family dynamic growing up, and what does your ideal structure look like in the future?
Okay, family dynamic right now, as in the family I live in.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I can't tell if we're close or not. So like we're all like really banterful. Like we all like. It's like my mum is funny, my sisters are funny, my brother's funny. My brother's like my brother's funny. My dad is like nice.
Yeah.
But when we're all together, I feel like we're all competing to like be the funniest in the room or the loudest, and it's like, but when we're not all together, we're all doing our own thing completely, and you only see each other like, oh hey, you're right, and then everyone goes to their rooms and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's like we have a really weird dynamic, but we have a family WhatsApp group and like we talk.
So all day, basically, every day.
It's really weird.
You're all in the same house, but you only talk through WhatsApp.
Yeah.
God.
We do like cross paths and we have a chat and stuff. And like I've realized recently, like I want to start spending more time with my family, innit?
Yeah.
So I go and I sit in the living room, but my mum's the only person who actually like sits in a communal space. Everyone else is in their rooms. It's me, my mum, and my 2 sisters who live in the house. But other than that, like our family dynamic is quite strong, I'd say. But the thing is, I don't think we're close because we don't know like secret stuff about each other.
Yeah.
But our family dynamic, like the bond is strong.
Yeah.
Because we care about each other a lot. Do you know what I mean?
That's really good to be honest. Really
but then in saying that, we haven't seen my brother for like 9 months.
Really?
Because he's a personal trainer and he's just been traveling.
Oh.
But in the future, I just want a family. I want a family that's funny. Like I like that. I want a family where like my kids are funny as hell, and like my kids are going, Dad, did you see her shoes? I'm like ugly. Like I want funny kids. Like I like to laugh. Like I just want funny. Like everyone just laugh. Like make me laugh. Like let's just laugh. Like, I think, because also when you know how to laugh, you know how to get through any type of situation. Do you know what I mean? Like I've had crazy stuff happen like with the families and with my family, and it's like if we couldn't laugh about it, how are you gonna get past it? Like I can laugh at any time. Like I can make a joke to make a situation all right, and like I won't feel like this is inappropriate. Don't do this right now. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, no. But obviously in like a appropriate way. But yeah. What about you? What's your family dynamic?
Family right now, I just say like it's a bit. I wouldn't say it's weird, but it's just like if I'm to say about communication, it's mainly me and my grandmother communicate the most with each other. Like we literally like we banter like there's no other. You know what I'm saying? Like with my two sisters that live with me as well, like we actually have a good relationship where like.
Are you the oldest?
I'm the oldest, yeah.
Okay.
Like let's say with my sisters, for example, like good thing is like I'm not that typical what people say the typical brother where okay, let's say you see your sister talking to guys and that you wanna be like, oh, way there. I'm like, no, I always give them that confidence where like I'm there for you, you know what I'm saying, if you want to chat to me. I'm saying like to the point where my sister, I remember one time picking up my sister from school and that, and then she was like to her friends like, no, you guys relax, my brother's cool, my brother, you guys, we can talk. You know what I'm saying? They were talking, but obviously she knows like, okay, we can talk, but there's still respect there. At the end of the day, there's nine years gap between us. But obviously there's that limit there. And then like when it comes to the younger one, it's only because from the time she was a baby until now, I was like the one that did everything, like looking after her, bathing, feeding and things like that. So that's why our bond is strong. But then with my grandma, it's just like I explained to you earlier, it's just a different level where she's there all the time. You're saying like where I remember when I used to work in clubs, when I used to work nights at clubs and everything. I remember she literally like there'll be days where she'll be awake to find until I come to the house. She won't go to sleep until my car pulls up. You know what I'm saying? And it's the thing where like when because due to my tax schedule where there's days where after I finish work I go for my meetings for the business I run, and then I hardly get to see everyone. There'll be days where they'll literally go from Monday to Friday without seeing me. But with my grandma it's different where like on my days off or even the days I'm working night shift, she'll see me before everyone else. So that's why we have that big bond between us where like we always like every morning we'll be bantering. She'll be telling me off about, okay, cool, yeah, I want you to marry this girl at my church. I want to get with this girl at my church. I'll say, you know that talk there.
Yeah, I hate that.
Yeah, so like, but for me, family in the future, you know what? I wanted a family in between, like, I'll say a family in between the Banks family.
I knew you were going to have examples.
Yeah, no. I'll tell you why.
I knew you were about to have an example. No, I'll give you an example. Banks family are a dysfunctional situation.
No, let me explain to you.
Like, Banks, as in, like, Hillary Banks.
Yeah. No, I'll explain to you why. Yeah. Between them and the Kyle family.
And who?
The Kyle.
As in from
my wife and kids. Yeah. I have a family like that.
Shut this down. Oh, wait. All right. Let me see if I can reason. So do you mean like, because obviously the Kyle family are like funny, like they're banterful. And the Banks family are, so obviously the Kyle family you said are banterful.
Yeah, the banter and everything. But I said the Banks family, for more that they may be dysfunctional, I'll say it's because of that thing where like, I'll say mainly because Uncle Phil, it shows that tough love.
I cannot forget about Uncle Phil.
Yeah, like no one can forget about Uncle Phil. like I'll say because of that tough love, for example, it goes back to the episode when Will's dad comes back. And then that's when he shows him like, oh no, not even that. Towards the end of the show, when he tells him about like, okay, how proud he is of him. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like
scene makes me sad.
Yeah, but it's kind of like that thing where he will challenge you to do better. In the sense of like, it's not gonna be that thing where like it won't be in your face all the time. But it's like it's gonna wait until like the right moment to tell you that, okay, you know what? I'm actually proud of what you become. I'm actually proud of your accomplishment. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I meant within a family. With the Carl family, like obviously, yeah, we know it's all about the banter. It's about the fact that he knows how to like, he shows love to his kid through banter, and then he shows that confidence that you can come to me and talk to me. They're saying, but obviously, I won't be that thing that there's one thing that he does wrong, which is like with his son, where there's other ways he could show love to that boy instead of just making him feel stupid all the time. Whereas he can actually sit down with him and make him understand why it's like to be a man. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say like when it comes to that, it's in between them. But if I go to just focus on myself, I'll say quite the same thing as you, where I want my kids to like be bantering with me. Like we see someone on the street and be like, boy. And then this is why I want to make sure that my kids speak quite like there's language I speak as well. Okay. Because then we can just banter in that language, you know what I'm saying, and then talk about this, talk about that. You know what I'm saying? So yes.
I just think character is important in a family. Like my family has character. Like my mum sends us selfies and goes like, look at me today and stuff. And we're like, and like we have this thing when we keep calling her like a mafia mum. Like she looks like, because she loves like a dark sunglass in it. And we're just like, look at you. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But like it's character. Like she sees the banter in it, we see the banter in it. My brother will be in LA or wherever, and he'll still get in on the joke. Like we're all like, we love to laugh. Like even if you don't, obviously I'm talking about WhatsApp, like even if you don't read the message or whatever, like my mum will come to the room and she'll be laughing and like we'll just banter and stuff. Like I think it's just important to be able to laugh with your family.
That's the best thing when it comes to family, you know, like being able to like communicate in different ways.
Okay. What was the most difficult period of your life?
Most difficult period.
And how did you get through it?
No. This